What's going on, everybody? Korr here from Korr Gaming. As you can probably tell by what's surrounding me and what I have all over my armor, I love gold! So, welcome to Korr Gaming's guide to making gold in World of Warcraft. To find out more about exactly what I'm going to be doing in these videos, please check out the announcement video below in the description or click the on-screen clickable thing. Today we are going to be looking at how to make gold through Cataclysm raiding. Now, I do not play the auction house with anything I get during Cataclysm raiding. I vendor everything. I am impatient. I do not like waiting for my gold. I'd like to get my gold right away. I just like to have my gold. So, we are killing 25-man heroic bosses. Each boss on heroic and 25-man for all of Cataclysm raids drop about 6 items plus gold plus tier tokens. Tier tokens can be turned in if you are the class that drops on the tokens, and then about 2 hours later you can vendor those tokens for more gold. I don't do that. I just vendor the tokens. The tokens are worth 5 gold each. You can make a lot more money though if you are patient and want to wait the 2 hours and vendor stuff. Weapons and trinkets sell anywhere from 25 to 50 gold each. That's judging from Dragon Soul. The earlier raids are much less, obviously, because you know you progress and blah blah blah. Each boss drops around 125 gold each. So just from bosses alone, in all of Cataclysm raiding, just from bosses, if you ignore the loot, you can get about 3,500 gold just from killing the bosses. All right, let's get into the raids. Okay, to start us off, we are going to Throne of the Four Winds in Uldum. The fastest way to get there is to simply take the portal in your city, Stormwind or Orgrimmar. If you do not have the portal, just quickly do the questline and you will quickly unlock it. It's not too difficult. Now, there is no portal back to Stormwind, so after we get done with these raids in Uldum and Dragon Soul, we will have to Hearth. Alright, so in Throne of the Four Winds, there are 2 bosses. That's it. Really simple. Bosses are not that hard. The total gold drops from this instance are 250 gold just from bosses, and then from vendoring everything we get another 188 gold. So total for this dungeon is 438 gold, and it took about 5 minutes to do this dungeon. Travel time to the next dungeon is 5 minutes, and the next dungeon is Dragon Soul. Now, Dragon Soul took a lot more time. Throne of the Four Winds took us 5 minutes to do. Dragon Soul takes about 30 minutes to do because there's lots of RP. Now, this is just my time. You might be able to do it faster. It might take you longer. Who knows? There are 8 bosses in Dragon Soul. The last 2 bosses can be a little bit difficult. If they prove to be too difficult for sake of efficiency and getting this done quickly, I recommend just skipping the last 2 bosses. It's not that big of a deal. You lose maybe around 500 gold for skipping those last 2 bosses. So, total gold drops from the 8 bosses, dropping 125 gold each, is 1,000 gold from these bosses. Trash and vendor, we make about another 1,381 gold. So, total for this dungeon, in 30 minutes, we got 2,381 gold. The next dungeon we are going to is the Firelands. Travel time between Dragon Soul and Firelands is about 7 minutes, and Firelands takes about 25 minutes to do. There's not that much RP in this dungeon, though there is a little bit, and there is also a lot of trash to do. Now, some of this trash is a little bit buggy. If you get in combat, then you're stuck also just running around on the ground, which will take even longer. So be careful which trash you pull, and if you pull it, be sure you kill it. There are 7 bosses in Firelands. From these bosses, we get about 875 gold, and from Trash and Vendor, we get another 1,248 gold. Total for this dungeon is 2,123 gold. Next dungeon raid we are going to be doing is Bastion of Twilight, and the travel time between Firelands and Bastion of Twilight is about 6 minutes. Again, all these raids, I'm using the portals either in Stormwind or Orgrimmar to get to. Bastion of Twilight takes around 20 minutes to do. There are 5 bosses on heroic difficulty. From these bosses we get 625 gold, and from Trash and Vendor we make about another 766 gold. So for this 20-minute raid we get about 1,391 gold, and the travel time to the next raid, which is Blackwing Descent, is 4 minutes. 4 minutes to get to Blackwing Descent. Blackwing Descent takes approximately 10 or 11 minutes to complete. Took me 11 minutes. There's 6 bosses in this raid. Gold drops from these 6 bosses are 750 gold, and then another 805 gold from Vendor and Trash, and which brings us to a grand total for this raid of 1,555 gold. The total gold from all of the Cataclysm raids equates to 3,500 gold from bosses, 4,388 gold from vendoring and trash, and it took me about 113 minutes to complete, and we'll round that up to 2 hours just to factor in going AFK and, you know, getting a glass of water here and there. So roughly 2 hours to complete all this, which brings us up to 3,944 gold per hour. Now, as you can probably tell from this, and possibly doing it yourself, is that the higher raids can prove to be a little bit more difficult, but they also have a lot higher vendor gold. If the higher raids prove to be too difficult, or if any of these raids prove to be too difficult for that matter, bring a friend. You each can still get 3,500 gold each from the bosses. You do not have to split that 125 gold. You each get 125 gold per boss. So you simply have to share the boss loot, which could still easily equate to roughly 55 to 5,700 gold per person, and you could do it faster with 2 people. So you could get that 5,700 gold in maybe an hour and a half, or even just 1 hour if you are freaking speedy quick. Now, there is also a couple of side benefits to doing this. This way of making gold. Side benefits include mounts and achievements. There are lots of simple achievements you can and probably will get while doing this, and there are several mounts in here besides the achievement mounts. There are 2 mounts that drop in Firelands, one off of Alis Resort and one off of the final boss. There are 3 possible mounts in Dragon Soul, one off of the 5th boss, which is Altraxion, I believe, and then 2 off the final boss on Heroic. And then there's also 1 mount that drops in the Throne of the Four Winds. Again, this is not including achievement mounts. Alright, on the screen you can see the total profit and gold per hour. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you found it useful. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. Alright, that's it. That's all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.